Hey there. That is not what was just going through my head. I am screaming in my head. Like, it's just, there is so much. All the things. All the things. Not that that's helpful, hey. So I guess today would be 10 days since the last time I posted. And I don't even know how many days it's been since I posted, like, me. I'm stuck in this a lot. You see that? That's Sedrot, something or other. Anyway, it's the closest city, town, ghost town. I honestly thought, I was starting to think if maybe it was just a front. Anyway, it's the closest one to the Gaza Strip. Northern Gaza. If I could edit better, I would input a map. I'd say Google that, but the map keeps changing. Because, you know. Anyway. So I'm watching this and the changes, things. Every time I think I'm noticing changes, whether it's timing or amounts or one weekend I saw the military vehicles just like leaving, and I was like, I didn't know, should I be like cheering? Woo. Turns out no. They were just sending the reservists home for the weekend. For, I don't know, some holiday. Give them a break. Give them a break. And they had a party that night. Like, they had like rave music going and everything. And it was so loud, it was like it was on the big speakers that they send the warning that there's an incoming something or other. I don't know how anybody got close on the 7th. I don't believe anything they've said now. I really don't. Like, this is the closest city. And they even have a little space with one of those tents that I can see, and it's right up against the side. It's right up where they give tours of the devastation. People can come up and look through. Those, stand up things to look, binoculars, and you turn them and stuff, you pay for it. They have those set up so that people can tour the devastation. And I'm not just making it up, I've seen them. Because I watch. And I listen. And I record. As much as my phones will let me. Okay. Do you know how many bomb shelters they have in this one little town that I saw this morning on the old Google Maps? 4 in one little area. This little area that I'm looking at right now that they usually show, where the touring station is. I just saw a car drive out of that hill. That's something I've only ever seen in dystopian movies. It's not like I don't know they exist. Of course they exist. But over there, they use them on like a daily basis, and they're setting up for something. The traffic. Did I say that already? The traffic amped today. Or this evening for them. This morning for me. My times are all over the place because I live half of my time there. At least half of my time. I go to sleep thinking about them and hearing them. And I wake up and it's the first thought is to make sure one of my phones is recording. Because it's all I can do. Anyway, the traffic going towards this hole in the ground. Not that I can see the amount of traffic. Like, I'm looking at the hole on this side of this little hill. I'm not seeing the same kind of traffic go in there. But that's not the only one. That's just the one they're showing us. And even that, they're not. I've got that screen at the highest resolution that I could possibly make it. And it makes this isn't real in Lebanon border photo stunning for the lights and depth of that picture is amazing. But this little bit of Sardot, I really have to look up the name so I can start saying it right. It's clear, but it's never as clear. The technology they have, like, I have no doubt from so much traffic. Holy shit. I haven't had any doubt from the beginning that the people that lived in Gaza were looked at through their windows by these people with these cameras. It is amazing what they can do. And weird what they don't show. When they don't show something, or the sound just turns off, it's like, what are you doing now? What are you doing now? This traffic thing. This is a lot of traffic. All going in one direction. Very little. Very, very little going in the other direction. And maybe you're thinking, well, why are you freaking out about some traffic? Everybody's got to go somewhere at some time. Well, because I really thought this was a ghost town. I thought, okay, well, then there's been some attacks, they've evacuated everybody, there's nobody here. You never see dogs, or you never see anybody walking a dog. I've never seen a garbage truck come around and pick up any of these. Like, now there's things outside of houses? I don't know what to call them. Some of them don't look like houses, they look like military barracks. Off in the distance from where these, anyway, it doesn't matter. I've never seen a mailman, none of the normal things you see in a city, anywhere. Like, never kids running and playing. And okay, that's pretty close to the border, but I've heard them. So where are these children? And when I hear them playing, okay, it's weird when it's at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. That's not normal. But what I see is a lot of nothing. A lot of nothing. The lights are all scheduled in these homes. Sometimes whole blocks, like a whole square, will just turn off in the morning. Anyway, so very little traffic. This morning / this evening. 1, 2. That's just in the last 3. And 4. It just keeps, there's so many. So many. And I might have seen 2 going in the 5, going in the other direction. 2. In it's almost 11 o'clock there. I honestly don't know what time it is here. There's 12 and 2 hours difference. There's been a lot. And I feel minuscule and futile. And like I just want to give up. Because I'm freaking tired. I was tired before this conflict started. We're learning about Canada, the country I live in, the country I was indoctrinated to believe in as being the best country. We're peacekeepers. Do you know that at last count, there's a minimum of 300 Canadians over there? Nothing compared to the 10,000 Americans that volunteered. And they're going to go over there and participate in the atrocities. And then they're going to come home with those same thoughts and ideals. You think racism on this continent was bad? So, we are not the good country, and we are not peacekeepers. And one of the reasons that our government, and I'm not saying specifically one person, I do not stand by the F Daddy Trudeau crowd. Okay, I don't. I'm against the whole freaking thing. Because it's all corrupt. And until there are consequences for the people in power, it's just gonna get worse. And it is getting worse. So we got that, or I got that, you know, I'm dealing with, I could walk away. Lots of people have. I can't. Because of what I've learned about Canada. And the playbook that we wrote and gave to Tiny Mustache Man, who then used it against the Jewish people and millions of others. And then, in my opinion, the survivors of that were infiltrated by the same people that borrowed the playbook from Canada. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not like we made it up. No. No, because we are the cowardly stepchild of Britain. Must not forget that. Must not forget that. Anyway, and now they're Zionists. So that was my thought, right? They had to have been infiltrated, but it turns out that Ziontology, was created long before then. I guess. I don't know. It's a lot of homework, but I'm trying to learn new things every day. I'm not making excuses. I guess I am making excuses, or what sound like excuses. But until you walk a mile in my mental shoes, whatever. Because this has been an education for somebody that only has technically a grade 7 education in a school setting. Anyway, so we have this conflict. It's not a conflict, it's a genocide. And the learning about my country and the wonderfulness of it. The other thing that's got me for decades, and is climate change. You can't keep doing this kind of damage to the earth without the earth saying, whoa, okay, because that's not the way nature works, right? Like, it just doesn't work that way. There's always consequences. For every action, there's an equal and an opposite reaction type thing, right? There's always... Anyway. Oh, yeah. Did you happen to see the graph of our water temperature? Did you hear about Australia? It's like spring there. It's not their hot season. Anyway, it's turning out to be really sucking hot. Like, some places are like 50 plus. Just regular. I was complaining when that was happening in my yard, and people didn't believe me. But really, how do I prove that? Anyway, that doesn't matter. Now it's happening. People can see it globally. A lot of things going through my brain. Cop City. What the hell? I was a little stumped with the one. Like, it kind of makes sense. There's that movie. There's a comedy. Police school. Police academy. Is that it? Anyway, a long time ago. So it doesn't surprise me that they would have a whole little village, and the fact that there's been problems there, certainly not a surprise, especially in the States, right? Yesterday, I learned that the U.S. is installing those towers from Israel along parts of their border so they can watch people on both sides. Of course, it's for security reasons. Because, damn immigrants. Borders are made up. Okay? This is all Turtle Island, in my opinion. They have more right to be here than the people putting up the towers. So yeah, I learned about Cop City. Then I learned about the towers going up along the border. And then today I learned that there is a Cop City 2 and 3. And then somebody wrote me and said, there's more. I have not looked it up. Because really, my brain is reeling. Just reeling. I feel like I should have one of those walls with post-it notes and thumbtacks and string. But other people do. And other people are putting it together, and that is how I am able to come up with answers. Well, maybe not answers. I have my own conclusions, and a lot of them are now based on facts. There has to be change. There has to be consequences to the people that govern us. There has to be. Because this is not right. There is so much that is wrong. I really gotta roll myself a doobie. Do I have enough? I do. Good, I don't have to grind any because my hands are sore. There has to be change. There has to be consequences. People have to wake up and stand up, speak up. There has to be consequences. Anyway, now I'm just repeating myself, but I feel like I have to. I don't know, everybody has consequences. We teach our kids that, or we're supposed to teach our kids that. Consequences for actions, right? You know, that's just the way the world works. Except for then we grow up and find out that it doesn't. It really doesn't. There's only consequences. I used to think only if you couldn't afford a good lawyer. Turns out even then. Anyway. Things have to change. I'm gonna go now. Harmony, happiness, health, and hope. I don't have a lot. I'm grasping. I'm trying. But unless people wake up, stand up, and speak up together, I just don't see much hope. We, the people, are the change. Just have to stand together.